it didn't do the whole setup.
Oh,
We're live.
Oh, we're live.
Hello. There it is.
I was like going, where's the intro? Where's the thing? Where's that? This is what you get with Assistant Editor Month. This is a hot mess. I guess you have to go. Oh, okay. I see where you do it. Okay.
We have to do movies, TV shows, comic books, or whatever. I forget what the other one is.
Yeah, like he has it. Oh man, this is so weird. Like, so he has it set up for live, but the intro video isn't loaded. The outro video isn't loaded. It's all like maybe he has it specific, but it's set for that. Anyhow, that's the behind the scenes stuff. Everybody, welcome to the Next Issue podcast.
Hello.
Hey now.
Hey,
Danny. Danny's on suspension this week.
He's on remote getting us hot Marvel details of what's happening at their.
That's right.
Oh, that was the cover story. That's right. He's not doing his community service this morning.
You guys jest, but look, when we all watch Spider Noir, Danny is in the background. He's currently filming his scenes. So,
did y'all start Spider Noir?
No, I need to.
I haven't started it yet.
Is it good?
Yeah, I mean it's different.
I'm here for it.
If you go in and you've never read Spider Noir, it's a perfect setup. It gives you enough, but it is more noir than superhero. So it's like, but I only got like 3 episodes in because 3 starts to get into the superhero stuff more.
Okay.
And it's weird because like by default it played the black and white episode and then went color and then went black and white. So it was like every other episode,
Weird.
But the black and white in the pilot really, really works because they know how to use shadows.
Excellent. That's
Good.
all I was worried about.
Yeah.
Like I said last time, filming in black and white is an art. And if they understand the art of it, then perfect.
They
I'm
do.
here for it.
They
Excellent.
do. That's the reason to watch really the black and white version to see how they use the shadows. The colors really pop and stand out. So it really is a different feeling. And it's very odd. Yeah. Cause like one character has like an orange suit that really stands out in the crowd but it is a character you're following. So maybe it's done on purpose, or maybe it's done because when they adjust it for black and white, that stands out differently.
Is it only selective colors that pop? Because I feel like when I saw trailers of the color version, the colors looked really desaturated. Like,
yeah,
I do wonder if they film it. I wonder what it's like to film in black and white now, because you can go back and digitally change stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas before, like you were like when they had to film in black and white because there was no color film, like those costumes looked crazy because you were shooting for the black and white.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if the bright pop orange is because they were shooting for the black and white, and it looks that way.
Really,
like compare it to the black and white version, if that stands out as much, or kind of, whatever. Or if they just fix all that stuff digitally now, like
it's all Amazon or Sony money.
Well, because famously, Superman's costume in the TV show was brown. Because if it was blue, it didn't read as blue on a black and white screen, which is one of those weird factoids that the movie Hollywoodland got right. If you've ever seen that, there's a scene with him playing what's his nuts? I just blanked his name, George Reeves. And he's on set, and his outfit's brown. It's like light brown and dark brown, and I was like, "Oh God, they nailed that!" So
anyway. I think it's the same with the Munsters and how Herman was done and everything, so it would show up on black and white that way.
Yeah, have you seen? They have it's all over the internet now. I think it's not the Munsters, it's the Addams Family, and they post color behind the scenes photos of the set, and everything is beautifully colored. It's like bright pinks and greens, and because again, when it translated to black and white on screen, it needed all that varying contrast to read as different. So yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So just going around the horn, what have you guys been doing, watching, reading, enjoying? Jeff?
I went to before we jump off of that Spider Noir. I feel like most people would go into Spider Noir with only like the animated movies like as reference points. So I feel like I've never read a Spider Noir comic. I think maybe one, but yeah, I just all the Spider-Man variants. I don't super get into them. They're cool, but whatever. So I don't. I think I would have a great time. I think I will be watching it in black and white. Yeah. Last night I went to a small indie wrestling show in Carrollton, Texas. They hold them every Friday in old downtown Carrollton. There's a toy shop here named Jaden's Toys that's up in Frisco. And I guess he's made so much money off of that he's like, I'm starting my own wrestling association or whatever. And so every Friday they
living the dream.
He's living the dream. He opened up a wrestling school, and he has this wrestling promotion that is every Friday night. And he is like a character in it. He plays like the Bobby Heenan, Eric Bischoff heel kind of person. Yeah. It was entertaining as all get out. There were I didn't know any of the wrestlers. They're all local plumbers or whatever their day jobs are.
True fans who are in it for the dream.
100%.
One of them, I guarantee, is a philosophy professor. It's got to be. I can only imagine.
Yeah. And they ran the gamut from people who looked like they would make good professional wrestlers, like they were cut and they had the abs, and then there were people who looked like they were a cheeseburger away from dying. Like they were just. I was like, oh man, I'm glad you're getting some activity in you, kind of thing. It was a fun, local crowd. They might. No, I don't do that. But I mean, it was family. It was very family friendly, very Texas. There was a prayer at the beginning. We all stood for the national anthem. No beer sold. It was because the venue does not sell. Like you can have Cokes and snacks, like they sold stuff like that.
Yeah.
But as far as I saw, they didn't sell any kind of liquor or anything.
You got to have a liquor license.
Probably. I guess you have to have a liquor license, but it is in downtown Carrollton. They've kind of revamped it down there. So there's like a brewery literally across the street. So what we did was we went and got a bunch of drinks beforehand and then wandered over to the wrestling show. Perfect. Which is the way to play it.
Yeah.
Except for you tend to fall asleep during the second half of the show because it was a long show. It was like a 2.5 hour show.
But like for $20, you said that's pretty awesome for a night out.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it's live entertainment. $20, and they're doing the flippies and the punchies and the slammies and stuff. And they would come out into the crowd. So we were sitting. So you walk in, and it is they have like balcony seating around. It's an old movie theater, is what they adapted into just a regular theater, I guess. Because they also do. That's where the Pocket Sandwich does their shows now.
Yeah. I know where that is. Okay.
So, and I would like to go see a Pocket Sandwich show there now because I'm curious as to what the setup is. Now, having seen there's a huge floor space, so they put the arena right in the middle of the floor. So my guess is that's all table seating when it's a Pocket Sandwich. So yeah, there's a big ring in the middle, and they set up chairs on the outside, and they have these balcony seatings. And we were sitting kind of in the front part, what I guess would be the front of the ring. And the wrestlers would be like, move out of the way. And so we would all have to stand up and move like parting of the seas. And they would come flying out of the ring and into a bunch of chairs. And they'd be like, right there next to you as you were standing right out of the way. They definitely went in order of like the greener wrestlers went first. And then they, as the show went on, you could tell who were the more professional or who had been doing it longer. They had a champion. The belt did not look good. It looked like a Toys R Us belt.
It's the meaning behind the belt. It's the meaning.
It's the meaning of the belt. But everybody was really into it. There was like a sense of like, this is, that's what's fun about it, is that wrestling is something you have to buy into anyway, professional wrestling. And so you're buying into this. It's like going to see a community theater show. Where you're just like, yeah, you really want to root for these guys, even though it's not the best thing you've ever seen. It's, it's endearing, and everybody here is in the spirit of the thing, So it was a lot of fun. They had good guys, they had bad guys, and I think they had to have because they do it every Friday. They certainly have people who are returning every single Friday, so those people know who the good guys and the bad guys are in the story, because they'll kind of come out. The wrestlers the ones that are good on the mic will come out and they'll do a little talk, and they'll let you. And they'll inform the audience, hey, I'm a good guy, or hey, I'm a bad guy. Like they're not literally like that, but they'll do like, I just want to say to everybody, thank you so much for coming out tonight. We're gonna try our, that's the good guy, obviously. And if he comes out being like, you people stink, boo to you too, like obviously that's the bad guy. Or if they, they as they're walking by the little kid, they give the kid one of these like little, almost a backhand a little kid kind of thing, and like the kid's eating it up, little. And so yeah, you get this sense of who's good, who's bad, and you get into it. And it's pretty fun.
Do they follow the rules we've established in comics, which is good guys wear primary colors, bad guys wear secondary colors?
Ooh, no, did you not?
What is the difference between a pro and amateur event like this when you go? Like, what are you going to see here that you're not going to see at a pro event? This is what I found at their website, so it just goes to their TikTok.
Yeah. What was weird was when I heard about it, I was like, I think I saw somewhere that it's every Friday, but it's not. They don't have like the best social media like stuff. It's because they will post like on their Instagram like, you better come to tonight's show, but there's no like thing that's like every Friday night definitively like these are the times. You can't buy tickets online, you have to go in person to buy tickets kind of
There's
thing.
An exciting new world of professional,
and it's there. The production value obviously is much better. I've been to a couple of WWF shows and some AEW shows. There's not too much different. I will say every single wrestling show that I've been to, there's a point where I'm like, I'm much happier watching this on television than I am in person, because the seat's uncomfortable. It's a 2-hour show and I'm exhausted by the end of it. There's a little bit more dead moments in a like where they're like you can tell they're scrambling behind the stage because somebody wasn't quite ready or something like that, but that's technical stuff that that also could happen in a pro show. There's not really that much difference. It's a little bit more writing in the pros. Everything is just amped up that extra notch because they have more budget and production to kind of let you know who everybody is and stuff. But they do a pretty good job of, Jaden, the owner of the promotion, like I said, he plays a heel in the thing, so he has like gaudy outfits, and he comes out to the other thing is like, I wonder how much they can show, because there's a lot of like, I know, unlicensed music that they're using. He comes out to a Queen song and stuff like that. So I'm like, there's probably only so much they can get away with before they start, getting whatever. But it's all, that kind of stuff is super fun. It's just it's very family friendly, So it's which makes it's just, I was shocked by how many kids were there, I guess. Not shocked, but I was like, so many families showed up to this thing. And I guess, and the kids,
very young.
The kids get in free. So I don't remember to what age, but I do remember seeing that on one of the
13,
things.
It looks like.
Oh,
Yeah.
13? Oh,
Or
okay.
12.
Under 13,
Yeah.
$12 under 13. 13 and up is 20.
Yeah. So yeah, it is pretty cheap night. It's about the same as a movie, but it's live, and it's wrestling. You get to see somebody get their head put in a turnbuckle. And
so I'm not a wrestling guy, never have been, but I'm curious. Do either of you know, like what is the origin of adding storylines to these events? Like, when did that first begin to emerge? Was it in the indie scene, or was it more of like a professional thing?
I think it was always an independent thing, because there wasn't really like I think the most was regional wrestling events, like I think in Texas you had what is it, WCCW,
World Class Championship
Wrestling, and that was like the Sportatorium, and really kind of Texas. Like they would wrestle at other places, but like on Saturday night you could tune in and watch them wrestle live at the Sportatorium, and that was what I got into because it like came on. It was either like against Saturday Night Live or after Saturday Night Live, so it was always something that like I was got like what's happening, and the crowd would go big, and I would see these guys kick each other, drop kick each other, and do all this stuff. So I'm like, what is happening? And then you would just and slowly, like I remember, like you had the Von Erichs, and you would learn like, oh well, they're like the hometown hero. People would always cheer for them, and then you would have the Freebirds come in, and like, well, they're from Georgia, they're not real, they're not Texan.
They're not Texan. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and so it was kind of like I just remembered that was the rivalry. Like you rooted for the hometown crowd, and these guys, they were from Georgia, and they were bad because they would cheat, and so then it was just like that was the basis, that was the foundation of what you learned, and then you had like escalation of what they would do to each other, because the bad guy would do something, then they would have like a hair match. Like the loser would lose their hair, and they'd shave their hair after the match, and then yeah, and so you would it would just like whenever you would jump in, you would just see like good and bad, and then it would escalate. It was kind of like a soap opera. You would jump in and see couples, and you would see how the story structure is, and it was pretty basic. I never saw, but just in WCW, a local thing. Then when I saw like TBS started to have, the wrestling that took over everything.
Yeah.
That was when I was like, well, who are all these people? Because they had so many stories and so many things going on. But then they bought WCW and integrated some of those characters in there. So that was the interesting part, to go see like the Iron Sheik and stuff like that go into another place. But that was when Vince kind of took over wrestling, because he was an announcer, and then like and interrupt me if I'm wrong on some of this, because I'm pulling from like really old memories. Like he was an announcer and a real skinny tiny guy who got on steroids, buffed up, and took over wrestling. And
so his dad owned the promotion, so it's nepotism as always. Number one rule, always nepotism. Professional wrestling started. They used to do actual, way back when boxing, like they would have these big famous, put them up boxing like tours.
Yeah, like
the opening card would be stuff like that, where it was almost vaudeville boxing kind of.
Right. Yeah.
Opening numbers would be Greco-Roman wrestlers, so it would be like Olympic Greco-Roman wrestlers would open for those boxers. And at some point, the wrestlers realized, like, because wrestling, you're like locked up with each other, and they realized that the crowd could not get into the Greco-Roman wrestling. Is not, unless you're into it, like it's not fun for just the common person.
There was that one historian in the audience going, yeah,
yeah,
this is accurate.
Yeah, exactly. More oil.
So as they started going, the wrestlers realized that if they started calling their moves, like once they started like designing the matches, like this is a cool move, we should try this, and then the audience started reacting more and more to like how they started calling the matches in the thing. So that's how it started becoming more of a predetermined, not an actual event kind of thing.
Sport,
it was more like we're gonna it's becoming more theater, and then so that's how you get the regional stuff starting.
Okay.
So you get Vince's dad starts a wrestling promotion in New York, and then there's stuff in Georgia. There are all these little different regions, and you had these wrestlers that would move between regions. So the more money you earned, the more famous you were, the more money you earned. So that's how you started getting these louder, more, they would start developing their story more, and that way you could move between regions. Because Ric Flair was like North Carolina Ric Flair.
Yeah.
He would come all the way down to Texas to fight the Von Erichs, and they would hate, we hate Ric Flair because he's the bad guy coming into. That's how you got heels, and because Ric Flair was a hero in his hometown, but he was a villain other places.
And like in the Von Erichs, the dad played a Nazi wrestler in his wrestling day. So like he was a heel back then,
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah. So it's all carny stuff. It's more carnival than sport.
I don't know if either of you have seen the Righteous Gemstones.
I need to, yeah.
Season 3 does a little bit on wrestling because that's where John Goodman's character comes from, a wrestling background.
Oh,
so you get to go. Him and Eric Roberts meet up in the 3rd season because they used to do wrestling bits together, and so it's kind of interesting because they go back to those days and how it was done and talk about it, and especially just the management of the people and stuff, because that's kind of what Eric Roberts wants to get to. But it's just really interesting because he also shows how Goodman, even though he was because he was a larger in life wrestler, they had a young guy playing him. He was also muscle for crime. He would be the guy who would go break a guy's legs for money.
Yeah. Wow. There's a lot in those early days of wrestling are they're not good people, generally speaking. I mean, if you're willing to take a hammer to the head, who knows what else you're willing to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's and the movie The Wrestler, that was a wild story. You get to see a guy who would spend weekends going to these wrestling, conventions and stuff, and then wrestle in high school places, but then have to have a job where he cut meat and worked in a deli because he couldn't make enough money, but he loved doing it.
Yeah.
And the way the movie ends tells you so much. And that's why that movie is so great.
I think that's why it's what's entertaining about the indie wrestling scene is none of these guys are making money. So they do 3 matches and then there's a little intermission. And then the wrestlers come out during the intermission and they try to sell they take pictures with the fans and stuff. Good guys, bad guys, it doesn't matter. They're all out there.
Yeah.
And they all have their duffel bag full of merch that they bring out. And they have their 8x10s that they're trying to sell and their merch that they're trying to sell. And so it's their passion side hustle. We gotta, and I'm sure a lot of them are uninsured, maybe. I don't know. It depends on what their day job is.
That's a hard side gig to have if you're uninsured,
Yeah. So
there was a guy named Bruiser Brody. I remember growing up when he would wrestle because he used to cut his forehead. He used to bleed a lot, and there was always a bit where you would cut your head because then it would bleed and so much it would make it look extreme.
Yeah,
that guy had so much forehead damage from just those cuts. I remember seeing it whenever it was just clear. Yeah. They just take that damage forever, even if they're at the. I mean, look at Hulk Hogan. I mean, granted, I know total piece of shit dude, but his back problems he carried for a lifetime, just all the damage it does to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
God. Well, they say that in Princess Bride, they wanted to shoot where Robin Wright was and Andre the Giant was captured. He's he can't carry anything anymore. At that point, he was
his back was so messed up.
Yeah. Are there any wrestling moments that stick out in your mind that are some of your favorite?
Oh gosh. So I started watching wrestling when I was young. So I watched Andre, Hulk, all up until, I don't know, 85-ish. I don't know exactly when, I don't know when I stopped watching. I do. It was when one of the Von Erichs, when Kevin Von Erich just after he made the jump to WWF.
Okay.
And then there were rumors that he was missing a foot and stuff like that.
Whoa.
Because he had gotten in a motorcycle accident and lost his
I thought
foot.
That was Kerry Von Erich.
Or Kerry Von Erich. Yeah, sorry. So Kerry made the jump to WWF. And then, I think it was before even, but he made the jump that he lost his foot. But I have to go back and watch the movie.
Kerry was amazing. Kerry of the Von Erich kids, was incredible because he was high flying. He was the guy who would jump off the top. He would just do the most amazing things. And it was a spectacle. And then you had Kevin, who was the nature boy. He would just go in. He was just a hardcore wrestler. That was all he was about. He was about winning, and you had the big older brother who I think he wrestled in Japan, and that was where he got sick and passed away. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The Von Erich story is a tragedy, and don't go see the movie. There is actually a documentary done by the WWE from old WCCW footage with Kevin in the documentary, and he talks about it because the movie actually cuts out other deaths because they thought nobody would believe there was this much death in this family.
There are two brothers that died, and they just turned them into one brother that died.
It's like we're just going to trim an entire person out of a movie that's based on a real story.
That brother barely was around anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but that documentary takes Kevin as he goes through the sportatorium while they're tearing it down, and just talks about like his life, his family, his brothers, as they document like what they went through, and as each brother passed away. And it's just. Wow. It's tough, but it's the real story and just what they had to go through. That's the stuff of wrestling that the real story and the real people that were in it. That's the amazing part to me.
Going to during the Monday Night Wars, what they call the Monday Night Wars, there was WWF at the time, and WCW had started started jumping in the ratings. They went ahead of WWF in the ratings. They were both on Monday nights, and WCW was live, and sometimes WWF would still pre-tape their shows and then air them on Mondays. So WCW would start spoiling the main event of the WWF shows. Like on their show, they're like, so and so is going to win that main event. Now you can just watch our show, and it forced WWF to start doing their shows live.
That is, what a great move! Boy.
Yeah, just create that competition, destroy it. In fact,
that whole time was just a blast to watch because they were both. It was like watching two heavyweights. Like each night, they were just like, you got to put your best show on. And so the fans were just flipping. Like every commercial break, you're just going back and forth between the two shows. So that was a great time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah. Okay, to transition to our topic, is there a wrestling video game? Is there one that I know they've made them and some I've played, but they've never been, I don't know, easy to manipulate through a joystick?
The only one I've ever played that I have fond memories of is that NES era wrestling game. It was super. God damn it! Hang on, I'll find it.
Did you see our comment?
Yeah, from Danny. Pro wrestling. I'm pretty sure that was it. Yeah, this is it. It was super fun. I liked it.
Oh, there he is. There've been a bunch of different wrestling games that they're just like fighters. It's when you could start introducing your own storyline. That's when I don't remember what WWE game it was, but you could like put in these interstitials between matches and like have them work out the dialogue that you write.
Oh,
and I was like, cool. At the time, I was like, I'm gonna write me a whole show. Like I'm gonna make them say the most ridiculous stuff. Yeah. Like I was really into it, and I got about 4 things in, like 4 little word bubbles into it, and I was just like, this is taking forever. It's not, if I could figure out a way to hook up a keyboard to it, I would be all in. But it was me having to go do left A, left B, kind of like, and slowly spell out these words just for this funny bit that I wanted to do. I was like, it's not.
Well, to get to the original topic that we kind of threw out because Daniel was going to be here, was just talking about video games and our history with video games, what we're currently playing, what we enjoy, games that have infected our soul. Have you guys played any game that you would go play right now that is still like embedded in you?
Katamari Damacy.
Ah, nice.
Whoa.
I forgot we were talking about all the games we had earlier, game consoles. I forgot. I have a PS2 as well, somewhere in there.
Oh.
I'm not a huge video gamer, but occasionally something would fall into my purview and there'd be something about it where I'm like, that catches whatever, my video game itch. And it's the music in Katamari Damacy. that, and like I don't know if you guys are familiar with any of that music, but there is the main Katamari Damacy song. I have it like just on a playlist that I will just listen to. I mean, video game music is epic as it is. Mario, Zelda, like it's amazing. I would love to go to a DSO like plays the music of Mario sometime.
Oh, that would be good, yeah.
But Katamari Damacy is about a little space boy god that needs to collect a bunch of stuff, and so it's just you rolling around this giant ball of stuff. That's the game. But the music that they picked to go along with it is just so great. I love it.
I guess mine is less a specific game and more kind of a genre, but I love Paradox Interactive's grand strategy games. So I play like Crusader Kings 3 and Europa Universalis 5. They have all these history ones, and those are great because I can just like pop it up and just go in and just kind of like zone out for a while. You know, the joke is always, oh yeah, go ahead.
Nice. Just have that play in the background.
Jeff is just glowing right now.
I thought Daniel would be screaming, "We're gonna get a copyright strike."
I was about to say that actually. But yeah, so I love their games. I think the one oddly, well, there's two of theirs I gravitate towards more than others. One is kind of their least successful grand strategy game. They were trying to create a whole new property, and that is set in ancient Rome, called the Imperator Rome. And it was like a perfect, for me at least. It took aspects from a bunch of their other games and just synthesized them really well. And so I like to just hop into that game. The other one is actually the only one they have that is not history based. It's sci-fi. It's called Stellaris, and it is phenomenal. It actually has probably the best onboarding of any of their games, because their games can be a little like, you know, the joke is always easier. Do you like staring at maps and spreadsheets? Because if so, you'll love their game.
And when I pull it up, that's exactly what I see. And I was just like, huh.
Yeah, exactly. But Stellaris,
Clay was like, hey, let's do a video game show and invite the two most autistic guys to talk about their autistic video games.
Exactly. So, oh man, it is so good.
This is a cool game. You just go and visit planets and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do like games where it's just like, I like weird like Civ games. Like I played the heck out of like Civilization, and
you would love this
Sims and stuff like that.
They're not really turn-based, so it doesn't have that Civ quality of like I have to play the next turn sort of thing. But with Stellaris, it has this really nice, kind of layout where the first like third of the game is just you exploring. You're exploring other parts of the unknown universe. And then I'd say the second third of the game is you start, as you explore the universe, you start finding all the other races that are also expanding around the universe. So then you start vying and competing.
Okay.
For who controls what bit. I am terrible at war in all of their games. I'm not good at it. But what's beautiful about their games is they're so complex. I tend to just play them like Stellaris. I just play as an exploration game. And then for the history ones, I just like to play in terms of like setting up the economy and the government, like really super nerdy shit. You know, I'm also really bad at it, but I enjoy doing it. There's something, I always joke when I get really stressed out to decompress, I like to go to office supply stores, because something about the potential of organizing calms me. And these games are kind of like the video game version of that. Like there's something about putting order into the game that just calms me a little bit. So
CEOs have been playing it all wrong. So they're like all in on AI to get the basic stuff. They just need to gamify like their spreadsheets.
Exactly.
And then they can be like, yeah. excel the
absolutely.
game, you know?
So
Absolutely.
for our next president, should we have them create an economy and a government in this game and see how they do before they actually run our country?
I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I'm totally in.
We skip like debates. Like instead of the first debate, we just have you play a sim for 60 minutes to see how far you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, that would be awesome. I would love to see that as the debate. Like, we're going to implement all your policies that you have said that you're going to do into your game, and now you have to manage them.
Yeah.
And if they fail, we're going to show it on the screen as you and if you lose all civilians, you're off.
Like Josh, I love me an open world game where you can just every game that has even flirted with open world. I'm like, yeah, let me play it. So like all the Assassin's Creed stuff, as soon as I would never do the Assassin's Creed missions, I'm just like, just put me on the horse, let me ride around before, and then the game would try to be like, hey, we need to. There's a mission you're supposed to be doing. I'm like, I want to look at the mountain. Like, I'm on a horse. What are you doing? All the GTA games, like I'm terrible at them, but I just like stealing cars, you know, and just driving around and playing with the radio. It's when I realize I'm doing the same thing, like I could be doing this in real life that I do in the video games. That's when I'm like, I need to put the video game away and go live a real life. That's why I don't touch Sims, because I would never see the light of day again.
Because you keep wanting to revisit it and make sure, like, oh,
there was a year where I lost a year to Sims. I mean, really, but it was. I do remember the point. Yeah.
That's the same reason, actually, I like Elder Scrolls Online. Is I find the game isn't very difficult. Like the combat's not too hard. It kind of scales well, but almost in a way where it always benefits the player. And so that's another, like, if I just want a game I don't have to think about, it's not going to stress me out, I'll just hop into that, go do a couple of side missions, you know, and it's always pretty easy. So
see, because to me it takes a lot to jump into one of these games, because I go, well, where's my character at? What do I need to do? What do I need to, you know, make my character the best he can be? Then I'll go do, you know, this, and then I'll spend like 4 hours doing all that and go, oh, well, I was just going to play like an hour, you know, but I had to get my character. Like, to me, it becomes a bigger thing. Like, I can jump into like Marvel Rivals and just do quick play and I'm done. Like, you know, because first person shooters for me, that's the easiest thing. And it has to be something I like want to engage with. It has to have some mechanic that I really enjoy. I think with Marvel Rivals, it's just the Marvel part, because right now I'm really kind of hating playing because I don't have a team. So I go into quick play and I play with randos. I go into competitive, I play with randos. Yeah. And then you're just like, you want to yell like, hey, do this or do this. And it sucks because like I get to my limit before I'll say something, but I hear people go off before me and they just start snapping off at like, Devil Dinosaur, why don't you do something? Quit hiding behind there. You're supposed to be a tank. Get in front of there and do something. Like I go, I'm going to be that guy if I keep playing. Like I got to get in a team of people I want to play with that are fun.
And then Devil Dinosaur talks back and it's obvious they're like 9 years old and you're like, oh man, I feel terrible now.
I never know, because it's the kids that usually are cursing you out. So if you get cursed, it's funny because you'll hear this little like 9-year-old voice calling you an MFer or something. You know? Go, we lost because of you, Spider-Man. And it's like, hey guys, fuck you. You know, it's just the funniest thing to hear is like some kid tell you off because you didn't like his gameplay.
I couldn't do it. I would not be able to do that because I would push myself to the edge of like, I would say something I would regret. And I'm just
I started playing with a couple of guys, but they wanted to play competitive and I never play. So I couldn't join them. So I decided to play to get ranked so that I could join them. And man, it's just I don't know why it's tense, because it's just a game, but it's like you want to do well and not disappoint. But when you get in there with somebody who's just a jerk off, who's just running around like people who play Jeff that just run around and just shoot the spray and don't heal anybody. And you just go, dude, play the game and heal. Like and it's like, we're in competitive. We're not like playing bots, like do something.
Yeah.
and you go, it's just a game. It's just a game. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. But right now, that's the one that I'm playing like daily. And I have, like, I was showing y'all my library. Like, I got a shit ton of games that I'm not playing because I play this like almost every day to get the daily bonuses.
I've never, I mean, even when I play Elder Scrolls Online, I tend to play it solo. I am not a good group player. The only exception is I have a buddy running Baldur's Gate 3, which you can basically set up like you are a GM running a virtual tabletop, but everyone's playing through the story together.
Yeah.
And that's been super fun. But I know those guys, so I hop in. But man, even in ESO, like I never talk to anyone. I don't join a guild. I'm like just running around doing solo shit. So
yeah. It's actually got to the point that the players in Fortnite are a lot nicer. So it's not that bad.
God, that's like when the YouTube comments are actually like, helpful. Yeah, exactly.
But this is my shame here. My library of games, like these are just the ones installed, but I've played this. Yeah. 32 hours. I finished this game, and I know I finished it on console too. I've been wanting to go through some of these games that are comic book related and just play them on stream.
I have Black Sad as well. I need to play that too.
What else was in here?
I just bought Gotham Knights on sale. I need to play that. I love it. Oh, good. Sorry.
Oh, no. I had that, and I started because I was like, "What?" And the fighting is fun in it. So, like, I'm definitely like a bunch of these. I'm kind of going. I'm going to play through all the way on stream. I think the ones
that'd be good.
Stories,
Man, I love
this game. Is shit.
Midnight Suns.
Really.
Well, I got that game super cheap, and I installed it on my gaming PC with an upgraded graphics card, and the game wouldn't even load. Like it just hung. Trying to get it to load up to the main menu, and I'm like, well, fuck this. So
yeah,
do you guys have
the tutorial, and that's all I got through.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a favorite superhero video game?
Marvel Heroes, the old RPG game.
I did love Marvel Heroes as well. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I have it loaded in here because there's an offsite server, and I want to bring a server and load it locally. Because I would love for us to play, all of us to have a game where we all four can go in and play this. But Marvel Heroes, when it came out, I think it was by Gazillion, that is in my blood. I played that every day. And when I remember going on vacation, I was trying to set up a VPN so I could get back to my computer just to log in to get my daily bonuses because I loved that game. And the fun part about it, like I'm not a team guy. So what you can do is the game was free, but you could buy characters. You got 4 free characters that you can level all the way to 60, and you play through basically the same story for everyone, and you fight Hydra, you fight AIM, you fight the Hood, you fight, all these different heroes to get to like the big bads, like Doom is a big bad. And when you would fight Doom, what was great is like he doesn't die, like he comes back 3 times. So when you beat him, you think you've beat him and you haven't, and you keep going. But
it was just a Doom bot.
Yeah, that's basically what and he has cosmic power, so it's like really hard to kill. But it was always fun because like you could play as anybody. So going through the story once as Reed Richards and then going through as the Hulk, or 2 different experiences on the fighting level. That's and cool. Then when this game was going bankrupt, they fired everyone. And so the last day the servers were up, we were all going, hey, let's all go to the Rainbow Bridge, and we just have like a mass gathering. And so we're all standing there and we think the servers are going down at midnight. The servers are not down and it's midnight. Let's go play. And so we kept playing for like 3 months because they fired everyone, but no one to turn the servers off. So these servers ran for 3 months. And we just kept playing. And there was a dev who unlocked all characters, gold, buffs. So you could play through a story, buff your character up, and just be in the 2nd chapter and hit level 60. Like, that's how cool it was. Because it was like, okay, well, I've played through all these characters. What's left? And you would play a character that maybe isn't as fun as someone else, but you could level him up super fast. You just unlock everything in the game, and that was the fun part. I've seen some people are still trying to make new content for this, but this game is in my blood. I don't think the game before that I probably played more was Tomb Raider on PlayStation 2.
I have two. But what's ironic about them are comic book.
You're freezing.
Book inspired.
Oh,
am I there?
Nope. You were lagging real bad.
You're in and out. You're in and out.
Okay. How about now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can I share my screen real quick?
Yeah.
So the first is the first of two games that are near and dear to my heart. And hang on, there we go. It is called Freedom Force. I don't know if you guys have ever.
Oh yes, I had this game.
I love this game so much. So it is it's like an XCOM style kind of tactical game. But the thing that's beautiful about it is very much inspired by Silver Age comics and like Jack Kirby. Like you can see just in the style, like even the design of the characters, it's all Kirby related.
Well, isn't Freedom Force is a comic that's by Kirby?
No, is it?
I'm pretty sure. Where's my phone?
Well, if so, I'm positive these are not real characters. Like these were made for the game.
Where's my CLZ?
Yeah, right. I don't know. I could be wrong. God, just watching this makes me want to go play it again. And it had like let me go big. Well, that's not much bigger. It had like excuse me, voice work that was very much like like an old cartoon. I don't know. It was great. And there's a sequel called Freedom Force versus the Third Reich.
Yeah.
That's also equally good. It has some time travel shenanigans. The thing I love about this game, though, is I'm really bad about finishing games. I'm really, really bad about it. This is one of a handful of games I have played all the way through. Add to that the fact that it's also the very first game I ever learned how to mod because it had a great modding scene. Ooh. And you could go into various websites where people had created like the Rocketeer and Green Lantern, and you could import them into the game. And basically what they would do is they would reskin an existing character. So like you would pick a character that kind of like had a similar power set, and then you would reskin them with this. Man, it was so much fun. I loved it so much. This is back in the very last time I ever stayed up to like 4 a.m. playing a game because I was, so into it. Again, there is a sequel. Let's go.
Phantom Force was the book I was thinking of.
Oh, Phantom Force. Okay. So here's Freedom Force versus the Third Reich. It came out like a year later. These are beloved games. I love these games so much. I say beloved. I love them.
What?
Oh,
he just closed his browser.
He was like, I'm going to go play it right now. Forget you guys. I'm done.
Oh, that is awesome. Okay.
I was going to say Lego Batman was probably is the only video game I've ever played all the way through. It's the only thing I've ever finished. And then
I thought I was stopping sharing my screen and then bounced out. Sorry. Anyway, really quickly, the other one I'm very fond of is sort of like Marvel Heroes. It was an online game. It now still currently exists as an unofficial server someone's been running, City of Heroes.
Yes.
I played, that is the first online game I ever paid a subscription for because I'm like, I love this so much, I will do it. And it had a really, not just a robust community, but like, I remember you could buy, they had like the game guides. The game guides came in kind of hole punched pages you could put in a binder, because every time they released a new DLC or update, they would release a new guide for it. You could insert it in. Man, I love that game so much. It was so good. And again, it still exists. There's an unofficial server. You can look up what it's called.
Yeah, because a friend of mine wanted me to play on it. She was like, "Oh yeah, you can create your own character. You can basically, if you want to play as Nightcrawler, like you could build Nightcrawler into the game and then go through and play. And they can either unlock money or let you play, like So she sent me all the instructions. I have them somewhere, but yeah, there is still an active server for it.
Yeah, it's called Homecoming, City of Heroes Homecoming.
I remember seeing the ads in the comics. That's what I know about it. But the ads always intrigued me.
And they had their own comic line that for a while, if you were a paid subscriber, they sent you a free comic monthly. Like they really got, I feel like, the comic superhero zeitgeist at the time. Yeah. And the comics were really good. They were Top Cow, I think. And they had like only 2 came out. There was like a novel tie-in line and stuff. I mean, again, I was really into it. I love City of Heroes. It was great.
While you were gone, because you got so excited, you doped out.
I bamfed.
Yeah, you bamfed. I just talking Clay that my Lego Batman was my favorite.
Nice.
And I enjoy, if I could afford, I would go out and get me a kit of the X-Men arcade game.
Ooh,
the old school where that or Turtles in Time. I love the Turtles in Time, but it's the X-Men. That's the one that was always my jam in the arcade.
Didn't One Up Arcade release both of those? I feel like.
I think so.
I think they had an X-Men.
Yeah, but I would want a real one. Like,
yeah, no, fair, totally fair.
Yeah. Because I have like a retro Pi that I have like tons of classic games on, but I have like my original consoles upstairs. So there's this temptation to go play the retro Pi because I have like every Atari game on it. But it's like, could I make my Atari work on a TV today? Like, what could I do? And like, granted, I have some CRTs, so I could.
There you go.
But like, would the cartridge work? Could I? Like, there are questions that make me want to challenge that more than anything.
Clay just jogged my memory. I did buy one of those little. You remember they re-released those little Nintendo sets?
Yeah.
That were like this big. Yeah, and they came preloaded with all the stuff. I bought me one. It's in storage right now. I should dust it off with storage.
Look, I got both the Mario Game & Watch and the Zelda Game & Watch. These things are great. They're like perfect, like throw in your bag, kind of take with you devices.
I was telling the fellas, I have a Switch that I have not fired up in 4 or 5 years now. There are I think about uploading like an old Zelda game. I love it. Or just playing on that. There is one game, I like the smaller indie games. There is a open up your own mobile bookstore game that is out there right now. And it's real books.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and it gives you synopses. So you have this little Winnebago kind of thing, and you drive around to different towns.
I think it's like
you open it up.
Right now.
Is it called Tiny Bookshop?
I think that's it. Yeah, Tiny Book.
Yeah,
Tiny Bookshop. It's Tiny Bookshop, I believe.
Oh God, I want this game so bad. This looks amazing.
Yeah, because I was playing the demo, and Shelby walked in. She goes, "Are you doing what I do as a job, as a video game?"
It's like as a former Half Price Books employee, like 100% this calls out to me. And you get to recommend books to the people that come in, and they either buy them or they don't, and then you can order new supplies. There's there's one of these for a movie store, like an old video rental place. Like these simulators, I'm like, how did they? 100%. Give me a record store simulator.
Yeah, so you get to like design your little bookstore and put different things out, and it tells you like what brings what people around, and then it says like it'll give you, here's the classifieds of old books you can buy, and then you can fill different genres.
The best thing is
different areas will sell differently.
Yeah, But the fact that it's real books and they give you the real synopsis of real book, and these are deep cut books. These are not just like, I don't know, whatever, Lord of the Rings, Great Gatsby, whatever. But these are like, it's like going to a bookstore.
Yeah. Are you trying to avoid like the book talk trends, or like just everyone wanting romantasy, and you're like,
I feel that's probably got a downloadable romantasy.
If it sells well. If it sells well.
Yeah, no, true. Absolutely true. Speaking of I'm sorry, Jeff, go on.
I was gonna say, but this is I've not played this, but if anything gets me back into video games, it's probably going to be this game.
There is a demo, and it's worth downloading, and it lets you do everything within like 2 towns, I think. So cool. Yeah, it's worth it because it made me want to buy the game.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of retro games, I realized after this Christmas I have a problem because I have those 2 little Game & Watch. And I got into some years ago the Evercade. I don't know, it's hard to see. It is a retro gaming device, but unlike all the ones you find online where you like install ROMs and stuff, what makes this one great, they're out of England, is they produce actual cartridges with licensed games. And so this is my Legacy of Kain.
Ooh.
And they have 3 different models right now, but what I love is, 4 really, they're all compatible with these cartridges. So if you invest in the cartridges, these are about $20 when they come out. If you invest in the cartridges, you can get, this is just the second version of their original handheld device. They have a TV set box that you can put 2 cartridges in. So it looks like an old NES. And it has like wired, or now they have a wireless controller you can use. And then they started releasing countertop arcades.
Oh, okay.
So they have one that's like a Mega Man, one that's Street Fighter, one that is Bubble Bobble. And so it comes with preloaded games, but it also accepts all these cartridges. So they're kind of like all over, like they're expanding more. So they're like, I would argue, like a more game invested, like My Arcade, because they really license all this stuff. And when I say license, like their earliest cartridges are their like legacy now. Like you can only buy them from third parties or used because they no longer have the license to these games they put on the cartridges, right? It's amazing. I love it. I got that one. Then when I was sad because I really wanted a Steam Deck, but I couldn't afford one.
Especially now. Did you see the price go up?
Yeah, I know. And it sold out again, right? I was in Best Buy and I had, I think, like a gift card from like Christmas or something. And so basically with like all these gift cards and discounts, I was able to get this, which is the Logitech G Cloud. So it's their mobile gaming device, but and it runs Android.
OS.
It's Android.
Okay.
So this actually has just like the Play Store on here.
Oh, okay.
So at first, like I really resisted. Like if it hadn't been such a good deal, I would have been like, no, because I can't really download games to it. It's all like in the cloud and stuff. This thing is a game changer. No pun intended. And I would say the reason why is because you can install, you can install games on here that work with, controller, just Android games. But what really got me into it was, first off, built into it, it has whatever Steam's
client.
Well, like streaming service.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like if you're on, like if I'm here at home on my home network, I can stream my Steam games from my computer to this.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
It doesn't work off the network, but it works here in the house.
So if you had VPN, you could do it anywhere.
I guess I haven't tried that yet.
Wow.
The other thing it has built in is it has RetroArch, so I can load a bunch of old ROMs on here and play them, which I've done. It has a service I love. Have you guys heard of AntStream?
AntStream.
AntStream is a subscription streaming service that only does like classic games that you just stream from their servers. And it's like $30 a year. So not super expensive. And they load stuff in here all the time. And man, I love this service. It's great. But the real thing I love about this is, and believe me, I've finally settled on something. So yeah, there's AntStream. If you have an Xbox right now, Xbox has partnered with AntStream, so they have a completely separate retro games app on there, and they just release retro, like in television, old school games on the Xbox that you get free with Game Pass. I love AntStream. AntStream is so good. They have like the Sam & Max, the original Sam & Max game is on here. It's fantastic. It's so good. But the main reason I got it was because at the time I had Game Pass, and Game Pass has their streaming service built in, right? So I could stream Game Pass games to this, and it worked great until Game Pass raised the price, 300% or something. And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So then for a while I was using Amazon's Luna, and Luna was great because what Luna did was you could actually sync up with I use Steam, but I also use GOG, Great Old Games, and Amazon partnered with GOG so that games that were Luna available, I could stream from my GOG library to this, and it worked really well. So then I got into that. All I wanted was a way to stream my library to this device, right? Because again, I can't install them on this device. Then Amazon, I keep getting screwed by these big companies because Xbox raised the price of Game Pass. I noped out. Amazon Luna just announced that they're stopping their partnership with all these third parties to make it more of a better service, which I would argue is not the case. So then I had to get rid of Luna. So where I finally settled, there's a point to all this, I swear to God. Where I finally settled was NVIDIA's GeForce Now, which has been amazing. And here's why. For, I want to say $10 a month, you can use GeForce Now completely for free. All right. So if you use it for free, you get like ads while it's like loading up the game in the background. But what you do is you sync your Steam library with it. Okay. And what happens is when you run GeForce Now, you can run it from an app, a browser, you can run it from your phone. But what it's doing is NVIDIA is basically using a virtual machine on one of their gaming PCs to run your Steam game.
Whoa.
And so I bring it up because, Jeff, if you want to play the new Lego game, what you could do is just buy it on Steam, pay $10 a month or do it for free on GeForce Now, and you could play that game from your browser with a controller.
I wish I hadn't fallen asleep for the first part of whatever you were saying.
I know I've been talking a while. I'm sorry. I've used this a bunch, and only one time out of, let's say, a dozen times I've streamed it, have I had any lag or any audio issues. Like, it has run seamlessly since then. So anyway, really great. I love it. I'll stop talking. But
I do admire both of your technical expertise. I was just, at some point in my life, I was just like, anything that is beyond me pushing a button is going to be far too technical for me. I just gave up. I used to be able to try to suss my way through things, but at some point I made the decision, I don't want to burn those brain cells anymore. Or maybe I burned them out already or something like that, but they stopped working. So
there's a phase where I was looking for drivers for a video card to make one game work, and I realized I am working harder to get this to play, and when it gets done, 9 times out of 10 I don't want to play it because I'm tired from looking for resources.
Just trying to get it to work.
Yeah, console gaming is come a far way, but still, they're like, I've missed the good old days of just buying something, playing it, not needing the internet, or micro charges. That kind of
I do wonder if that's because as the gaming companies continue to pull away from physical stuff, like even to the point where like they'll sell you a disc, but the disc is only good for like 6 months or whatever, and then like whatever little things they're trying to do, and you see a lot of younger people push back, and they're going back to physical media. They're buying their DVDs, records, cassette tapes, and I think they're looking for older video games with cartridges, VHSs. They're looking for stuff that the companies cannot take away from you. They just delivered a finished product,
Yeah.
And I wonder if there's a market in there for all these smaller companies to come through, like the people that license those new cartridges and stuff.
Yeah, I think
to create new things.
Where it's at,
Yeah, where people can like have this stuff to take home with them. I also wonder if there's a pirating market somehow that might develop, where there's like, oh, we can create a cartridge off of the latest version of whatever video game, and then you can just go buy this bootleg cartridge and then run version X of whatever this game is, for as long as you can.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of people who, try to keep the history of video games alive online by doing emulation, but I know Nintendo is just notorious for going after anything that is not under their license.
Yeah.
So I always do love to see ripped Nintendo games.
I will say that when you were scrolling through the Intellivision or whatever that was, it made me want to play Contra. There was something I saw on the thing where I was like, ooh, I want to play Contra now.
Yeah.
Contra's good.
And
I think if we go back to each system, we can find like that game that we played, because I know I played like Donkey Kong Jr. on, various Nintendo systems, Donkey Kong in the arcade. Like, there are just so many games that are in my head, and that's why I was like kind of curious to look through like the games that I'd actually finished, which is only like 3 or 4 in here.
Yeah, I know exactly. I'm the same way.
And I had set a goal, like I remember when COVID hit, and I was like, I'm just going to start A, B, C, and go through my games and try to finish them all. And I would get to games and go, I do not want to play this. I do not want to finish this. Why did I buy this? And so I ended up finishing just a couple. But
my complaint is when I'm really into a game and I'm enjoying it, but you make, even through save scumming, you make one wrong decision and you just can't proceed.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm kind of with that now with the game I've been playing a lot lately. And it's like, I just had a series of bad missions in the game and I lost some characters, and you can like go back later to like rescue them. But I'm at that point where it's like, if I go to try and rescue them, more time passes and then I'm going to lose the game. Right. It's like I'm in and it just kind of sucks all the delight out of it. It's like the scale has shifted. So
I think I have too many choices, because like I have like over 24 games installed, and then I have 119 that aren't installed. But it's like just looking at a bookshelf, going, well, I have all these, but I'm playing these. I guess it just looks like a lot, especially because I buy them when they're like 90% off. Like I'll buy a game for $5 and be happy about it. I don't feel like it's a major loss, but some of these games like Suicide Squad that they put so much time and effort into, and you see how bad it is, and you just go, why? Or you see games like the Marvel Heroes that was so good that it lost money, and you're like, so there's a way to manage these games that just nobody seems to know how to do it really good, because game companies keep getting bought up. I'm hoping that the indie companies start to create those games where you have physical media, that you don't have to download updates, and it ships out as is. Maybe a patch if it wants to do something incredible, add incredible gameplay. But yeah, I would love to have more like non-internet based games.
Well, there is that trend right now of indie game designers writing and creating new games for old systems. And every now and then they'll partner with like limited run games or another one and actually release it as a physical cartridge for
Let me
that.
Go get mine. I'll be right back.
Nice.
Oh,
So yeah, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna ask you, I had one time I lived with a girlfriend, an ex-girlfriend of mine, and she had a Wii, and I fell in love with Wii Sports.
Oh,
like
same.
I on days that I had off, she would come home to me just like home run rallying on my own, just like, and it was her Wii, so I didn't get it in the breakup, but it is I never went out and bought my own Wii, but and I don't know how much Wii's are now, but I would go out and buy a Wii just for the Wii Sports.
Yeah.
Just for, because that's the one thing I miss. I think that's probably the thing I miss most of all, is just like the volleyball, the bowling. And I have the Switch, but because the thing, and I don't know if they still, I mean, I haven't even looked at Wii Sports on the Switch. I bought, like, they have a workout thing with like the Wii, like the Switch ring. Yeah, I need to go back and look into that.
Limited run, Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game.
Nice, that's awesome.
Yes, Shelby and I play this. This is like one of our favorite movies, and it comes with like stickers and stuff, and it's just limited run puts out really cool shit like this.
I need to.
Oh, do you have one?
No. Well, kind of. Keep going. I'll be right back.
Here's one you should pick up.
What is that? Oh, is that Turtles?
Yeah, Turtles. Shredder's Revenge. Sorry for the glare.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
There you go. Here's one. I'm gonna wait and talk about this when Josh gets back. One I have that I haven't played yet that I've been sitting on. Shelby plays more of the Switch games, so she has things, fun cutesy games that she likes that are like eases her mind. You know.
I did also like the manuals that would come into in the old school video games. Like those
so the thing I love about Evercade, just like those, is not only do they come in a box like this, but they do print manuals.
Nice.
And the thing I love about the manuals is it gives you information like this is about Rare. These are the early. It's got like Battletoads on it. It gives you some tips and some history of it. And then these just, so these really are sort of like with those about collecting them. They actually number all of the boxes so that when you collect them, you kind of know like what number you get. It's good stuff. I love it.
Yeah. What's amazing is when you see the publishers that are different, but they still have the same uniform look on everything.
Yeah.
And Marvel can't even do that with one series of books.
No.
Just had to rail on. We haven't talked to comics. So. I do have a game I wanted to talk about when you both. Have you guys ever played Doki Doki? Okay, that's what I wanted to see.
Wait, hang on. So I know of it. I know it has this turn that happens. I've started it. I find it so hard to get into like those Japanese style
novel
visual story novels. Yeah, I find them really hard to get into. So I've started it. But playing it, like, when does the thing happen? Like, I need to know when the thing happens, and I've never gotten to the thing.
So this is like a dating sim? Would you call it?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah,
yeah, on the surface level. Now, if you want to search, you can find people who've played this game all the way through, and you can see all the things it goes to. But this is one of those go in blind games. If you like really weird stuff, Doki Doki Literature Club is the shit. Because this is weird. Because when I saw somebody play it and saw the thing that happens in the game, I was like, I want this. So yeah, that again, another one I think is fantastic. Here's Jeff, all the Ultimate Alliance games.
Oh, that's cool.
I love those.
Yeah, they're fun as hell. Yeah,
I love that. Do either of you guys subscribe to Nintendo Power?
So, all right. So
I wrote for them.
Wish. So quick backstory. All right. I've always been a gamer, but we didn't have a ton of money growing up. So apart from like, a Pong machine when I was a real little kid that my dad bought, we never really had consoles. And go into my teenage years, and I really wanted a Nintendo. Like they were everywhere. But, we just couldn't really afford one. So there was a competition at my mom's work where if kids designed a poster for something, right? So she encouraged me to submit a poster. So I did. and I won. Now, second place was a Nintendo.
What was first?
First place was tickets to Disney World. So I won second place. I got a Nintendo, and through that, that's how I got, like they would give you a free subscription to Nintendo Power. Like the game came packaged with Dragon Quest, which was like the first game I ever played on a Nintendo, weirdly. And I think I'm sorry. You got it free with a Nintendo Power subscription. That's what it was. And that's how I got it.
Didn't that also come with a comic book?
I believe so.
Yeah. I believe that there are Dragon Quest. There's 4 games, so there are 3 other games that have Quest in the title, and they all had comic books that tied them.
Comic books, interesting. But here's the coup de grace of that story. Years later, my mom admitted I actually won first place, but we had just the summer before taken a family trip to Disney World, and she knew I really wanted a Nintendo. So she said, "Can you just give him second place so he can get the Nintendo?" And they're like, "Yeah, okay."
So some kid got to go to Disneyland because you wanted a Nintendo.
Because I wanted a Nintendo. Yeah, I
mean, that's awesome.
We had just gone. We had gone like the prior summer. So, anyway,
can you imagine the disappointment of winning a trip to Disney World where you're just like, "Oh man, again!"
Like the Disney World, God,
you're riding the rides. This is fun, but Nintendo's better.
Yeah.
So anyway, I love Nintendo Power, like to the point where, I think there's an archive of it
online,
Internet Archive, as a matter of fact, and just going through the old issues. So good.
You wrote for Nintendo Power?
No, it was joking.
Oh, okay. I was going, wow.
No.
Did anyone else desperately want to be one of the kids that would answer the tip line?
Yes. The tip line when they give you help.
Yeah, I would have loved to have done that.
Yeah, one of the other things I missed was like Activision actively wanted people to be good at their games, and so they would give out patches for their games if you were able to complete certain things. Yeah, so you can find online, and I think it's at the Video Game Museum that's up north of Dallas. I think it's in Allen. Is that where it is?
Oh, I've been there.
I think someone has a jacket with all the patches that's in a frame up there. So yeah, Activision had really cool things, incentives to like, hey, keep playing our game, get better, do stuff like that. I know people do speed runs and stuff like that now, so it's kind of neat to see how people will reincorporate old games and turn them into something that now is more of a challenge that it's been beat.
Yeah. Oh man, I also miss the days. I have a fond memory. So again, not only did we rarely ever have consoles, but we never really had updated computers. I was a big PC gamer, but I could never play the newest game because I didn't have hardware that would run it. And I remember one time, what a slice of life. I was in college. I was living off of our old family computer that I basically inherited when I went to college so I could do work. I'm talking old. This thing still ran MS-DOS. All right. It did not have Windows on it. And I'm in HEB buying groceries, and in a metal bin at the end of the just like toy aisle was just random clearance computer games. And I bought a 2-pack collection of the SSI Gold Box D&D games. Because I knew they would run on my computer. Yeah. They were like, even at that point, they were like 8 years old, And so I went home and played a bunch of Eye of the Beholder because I could run it on my computer. So
I bought Far Cry 2 because at the library sale a few weeks ago, just because it was $2 and it was a physical copy. So nice.
I'm just imagining teenage Josh turning on the computer and it's like, "Do you want to play a game?" And he's like hacking into the Pentagon and stuff.
Oh, that would presume I had internet, and I did not. So I couldn't afford the internet as a college student.
I was no Matthew Broderick.
I hacked a lot of things. I was able to get into my school's computer. That was pretty easy. But it was, It
was the password, "Your principal's name is hot"?
It was pencil.
Oh, come on. For real?
For real.
Did you just like brute force it and just figure out it was pencil or?
No, I actually, okay. Back in the old days,
before he looked at the keys, which keys were worn the most, and he was like,
we used to have like bulletin boards, and that was essentially going to a website. Was you would put in the phone number of the bulletin board, it would dial, and you would go, and it would just be a message board with text, maybe an ASCII image if somebody was fancy. But yeah, that's the internet that I grew up with, which was bulletin boards, and so. You would just, and you couldn't search for anything. So you would go to a board. That would be all the information you could get unless somebody posted and said, hey, there's a new bulletin board called this number. And so you could get on different forums, and then you would find local ones because you're not dialing long distance in the 80s because it was expensive. Mm-hmm. So most of the times you're on boards that are local and local information. So you could find, like I could find MCI used to have like calling card numbers that you would get. You could get those everywhere, like just, and I was like, well, who could I call? I know someone in Arlington, that's long distance. And that would be the long distance call I would see if the code would work. But they would post things like, oh, here is, Garland Independent School District, their computer. You have to call, but you have to ask for the computer because somebody will answer the phone, and then they will patch you through and you put your modem on then, and the password's pencil. And that was it. Like that was how you got in. And so then you get in and you're like, well, I don't understand operating systems or anything because like you're on a mainframe with text. So you're like, help, ? You're trying to just find out anything. But yeah, I couldn't get any further than that. But it was a thing that existed.
Wow.
And I was doing stuff like as 13 years old, because I had a Commodore 64 and a landline.
Did you guys ever, was it Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? It was just a text game. And
I love that game.
Get up, and you're always dead within, unless you knew the thing, you're always dead within
turn the light on,
Because you couldn't turn the light on.
You can still play it. They remastered it and re-released it on the BBC website. And it's just in a browser now. You can just go play it in the browser. So
yeah, I can kill myself just as quickly now. Today.
You can. I've done it numerous times.
And some of the early Marvel games that were pre-Windows, like Quest Probe.
Yes, Quest Probe.
Quest Probe you'll see in a lot of comic book ads, but there's a Hulk game.
I had the Hulk one and the Spidey one.
And there's Spider-Man. I think there's only two, and they're both
available. There's like a Thing in the Human Torch one. I feel like there were 3 of them.
Oh, really?
I'm positive there were 3. Hang on.
Or at least I saw a movie called Quest Pro, but it was not about superheroes.
You're right.
Website that gave my computer a virus.
There's a Hulk. There's a Human Torch and a Thing. There is a Spider-Man. It's the second.
There is a Spider-Man. I had the Spidey one. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's 3 issues, and they all tied to a game that were similar, if I remember correctly, text-based with images, but it would just be like a panel. So that would be all you would get.
The most animation you got, and I remember it blew my mind, was in the Spider-Man one when you got him to open an elevator. You got this.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, he's animated. Now we've only got 6 colors, and it's cyan and bright pink. But now the BBS discussion got me remembering that, yes, we very briefly had a modem when we moved to San Antonio. And so I briefly flirted with BBSs in the area, right? But the moment I realized that computer technology and modems, this is before the internet, like web pages, was going to change the way that we interacted with famous people, was the one time I got permission to go on to Penn and Teller's BBS.
Oh, they had a BBS?
They had a BBS. And I went on there one time, and the very first thing was, it was from Penn. And Penn was like, so I'm currently in a plane flying away from Las Vegas. And I'm like, this is incredible. Like, I'm experiencing 2 of my favorite people in a way that nobody's ever experienced them before, right?
Yeah.
And this is before web pages or like, MySpace and shit. So
you run into the other room, Mom, Penn and Teller are on a plane. She's like, okay.
I am pretty sure I did. And she was like, I don't care. So
Were there any video games based on like a comic book or any property that you felt like, oh, I need to get this because it's comic book related? And then how did that turn out? Because I know a lot of early video games, especially like Superman on the Nintendo 64 is bad. Spider-Man, Atari 2600 is pretty bad. But there are, and there's a Punisher side-scrolling game. I think it's for Nintendo, where it's just basically like an arcade game where it just scrolls to the side and you're the Punisher, so you just shoot as things go by.
I have a ton of games like that, but I've been talking about. Jeff, do you have one? I don't want to.
I mean, I did try that Superman game. It was bad. There was an old Spider-Man game that I couldn't even get out of the training part of. So, I mean, this is back when you could still rent. Oh God, when you can rent a video game from Blockbuster and try it out.
Oh Jesus, yeah.
So that's how I would know what to buy. So you would go to Blockbuster or whatever and rent the game, bring it home for a weekend, and then if you loved it, then you would go out and you start saving your pennies to buy it eventually. But if you sucked at it, which is what I would do, because it was like just like the thing would. I remember the Spider-Man because it was like now swing, whip. The computer would be like no, and now Spider-Man would whip his webs and swing, and I kept falling off the building and whatever. So I'm just like, forget this game.
Oh yeah, I hate when you have the death that happens over and over again because you can't push one button at the right time. You're like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, listen, when Qbert came along and Qbert turned everything from 2D to 3D, and you had to go up the cube.
Yeah,
that's when video games where I was like, I know I'm the end is near for me. What do you mean a third dimension? I don't get it.
The nerdiest thing I have ever had was a Qbert watch in middle school that I could play Qbert on, and I thought I was the coolest, and I was the only one in that group. So
you take that all day over an Apple Watch, day over.
You are objectively cooler for having a Qbert watch. I don't understand why anyone would think otherwise. So,
why bring it back?
Oh, I know. I wonder if you can get one on eBay.
Oh, you must be able to.
I would also love one of those little calculator, the robot, the transformer calculator watch.
I had a cheap version of that quintessential transformer robot watch, not the calculator one, but just the one that the arms came out like this, made X, and it like just attached to like a rubber band that you wore. And I had just gotten it, and it was the summer, and I was in the bathroom, and I was washing my hands, and it flew off into the toilet. And I called my mom and said, "Mom, my robot watch fell in the toilet. What do I do?" And she's like, "Get it out. Why are you calling me at work?" And I'm like, "It's my robot watch fell in the toilet."
That's where the poop goes, Mom. That's where the poop goes.
She's like, "Did you do anything in the toilet?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "It's clean water." I'm like, "But yeah, exactly. That's where the poop goes." So my what? Did you find one?
Yeah.
How much?
$488 still in box. Yeah.
Holy
it's still
shit.
cheaper than Steam Deck. A new Steam Deck. So.
Not much cheaper. So my oh my God, wow. Oh, I remember that Qbert. Well, I wanted one so bad.
I had one.
God, that's so cool. I'm so jealous.
Finally, it took what 40 years for someone to be jealous of my Qbert watch.
I'm here for you though, man. I would have thought that was the coolest shit in the world. All right, so my answer to your question are the following games. All of them for PC, which is part of the problem. All right, the first is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Which and the second one also falls into the same category, which is these are both Disney games when they had their game studio, and what they always prioritized was graphics over gameplay. The Who Framed Roger Rabbit game should have been great. It's an utter piece of shit. It's so bad. It's difficult to play.
Yeah.
And every level was like slightly different. I got all the way to the last level and I could never defeat Judge.
Doom.
Yeah, thank you. And it always bugged the shit out of me. The other one was the Rocketeer PC game, which I now have 2 ROMs of it on this because there's two different versions. There was a Rocketeer NES game that's just a side-scrolling, action platformer. But the one that I initially played was for PC and then released later, I think, for the SNES and the Sega. And so it has all the same graphics. It's a beautiful, beautiful game that, again, really doubled down on the graphics. Every level is different. The first level, you're flying the BG in a plane race. I never made it past that level. It is fucking impossible. You're just doing this around the racetrack, and you have to learn the exact way to navigate around the flags to beat other people. And if you don't beat it, you don't proceed. The second level is Cliff in the hangar shooting bad guys. They come in to try and steal the rocket pack. The third level is him flying the rocket pack, which is all we wanted to do in the goddamn game. So anyway, and then the final one, and I'll be curious if either of you played this. I was a sucker for Paragon Software's Marvel licensed PC games. They had Captain America and Spider-Man versus Doctor Doom, which I saw the day it was released in the computer store and begged my parents to buy me because I wanted it so bad. Because as a non-console person, I didn't have a lot of superhero licensed games to play. And that was one. They did 2 X-Men games. I never played the first X-Men game, but I bought the second one because it is based on the Fall of the Mutants.
Oh.
And it has a dinosaur level in the Galleria in Dallas. Now, the good thing is you can play all these games on the Internet Archive. So go check them out. I will warn you, of all of them, I would argue probably the Fall of the Mutants is the best. The Captain America and Spider-Man game, I want to love so badly because, first off, why do you pair these two people up and the villain is Doctor Doom? None of it makes sense. The other thing I love is that in the game, if you jump and you do a flying somersault, on my old computer, it literally ran 15 seconds of him because I just could not run it well. It was just this long thing. I could never pass it because I could never actively fight enemies and defeat them. So anyway, I love them. Oh, they had a lot more games than I knew about.
Yeah, because I think this is the Punisher scrolling game I was talking about. That's really bad. But yeah, well, wait a minute. Oh, there's a Game Boy one?
Oh, yeah. That's by Acclaim, but the Paragon Software one. I didn't know they had the Amazing Spidey game. So that looks like a
Eric Larson art.
Oh, is it Larson or
I think it's Todd.
Is it Todd?
I think it's Todd. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was looking up here and then noticed this. And it was
wait,
holy moly, there's a Howard the Duck game.
Let's go find a ROM.
I'm going to go find it. And
maybe you guys will see some duck boobs later.
That's the goal.
I will admit to play. What's that house party game where you try to? There's a house party game that was big 15 years ago.
Oh, really?
Where it was you go to a house party and you could see girl boobs if you not real ones, computer girl boobs.
Was it? Are they pointy
Tomb Raider?
They're not Tomb Raider-y. They're more slightly more realistic.
Slightly. Do they feel like bags of sand?
Yeah. You have to put on your VR helmet and then take 2 cantaloupes. There was a Transformers game that came out also about maybe 15 years ago that I always wanted to play. It had kind of those telltale kind of animations it looked like.
Oh, yeah.
But they used the G1 designs. And it was just you were just in the city fighting as a Transformer. There's also a Godzilla game. Probably from also about 15 years ago that seemed you were just Godzilla attacking a city kind of thing. Both of those games I might try to hunt down.
Oh man, if they had a Transformer game where you can be the gorilla from Beast Wars, that's all I want to do. I just want to be the gorilla, smoke a weird cigar, and sound like John Goodman.
There's got to be a PlayStation 1 game that's set in Beast Wars world, right? I mean, come on, that thing was everywhere.
Beast Wars.
So I do have a couple of recommendations, if that, like, video game ones.
Yeah.
So the first one, and I'm going to share my screen again if you guys don't mind. I don't know about you, but I'm not exclusively a Steam game library user, right? I have them kind of spread across like Steam and GOG and Epic and some weird ass shit in my Amazon video game library. And I don't know, I guess like I got one free game on like Ubisoft at one point. And so I always hated having to have all these clients installed. So I discovered a really cool, let me get rid of this here, a really cool piece of free software. Hang on. Just need to find it. There we go. Called Play Night. And the thing that's awesome about Play Night is it's, again, totally free. Once you get it set up, you can go in and you can basically link up all of your game libraries.
Oh, really?
And then once you do, it just basically gathers all that data and puts it all in one interface. So no longer when I'm like, oh God, did I get that game in a Humble Bundle, right? I can just search, and everywhere I own Stellaris, I have it on Steam, GOG, Xbox. It'll just show me all of them. And what's also cool is you can install them from this interface. You can play them from this interface. You can uninstall them from this interface. You can get lots of additional data about the games. Once you get into this, like, it has different themes, like you can go apeshit. But if you just need like just a really simple way of just pulling all of your, disparate game libraries into one interface, it has saved me so many times when I'm like, oh, this game is on sale, I should get it. Wait, hang on, do I already own it somewhere? And I go and look, and sure enough, boom, I have it in, like, Epic gave it to me for free like 3 years ago. So, okay.
That's the main reason I keep Epic, is the free games, but I haven't played any of them. I just keep collecting.
Yep. Oh, same. So anyway, yeah, really great. So that's Play Night, PLAYNITE. And two other things, if you're a giant nerd like me, and I suspect many of you are, you might like also reading about video games. And I have two book lines to recommend. One is a beautiful series of books from, see if I can do this. I suck at using StreamYard. Sorry. Let's do.
Man, this Play Night is awesome.
It's really awesome. Yeah. Okay. No, but let me switch. So one is a series of books put out by Bitmap Books. They are located in the UK. They put out some absolutely beautiful books. I love these things. They're like coffee table books. They have a whole history of point and click adventures. I own this CRPG book. That's what kind of got me into them. But if you just look at kind of all the books in their line, I mean, they have histories of like fighting games like Fatal Fury. There's the CRPG book I have. Here's the Nintendo 64 visual compendium.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
What?
There.
Oh,
it wasn't on showing.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, just a ton of great books here. So highly, I like the games that weren't. I've read that one too. That's really good. So that's one. Another one though is this great line of books called Boss Fight Books. These are fantastic. What they do is they basically hire writers who want to write a kind of much more kind of personalized history of one game. So like you can see, they just did a Kickstarter for the history of Age of Empires. They have books on Dragon Age 2. I'm pretty sure they actually have one on Katamari Damacy. GoldenEye, 007, Day of the Tentacle, Minesweeper, Red Dead,
Snake.
Red Dead Redemption. There it is. Katamari Damacy, I'm not sure how to say it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, but yeah, these books are great. They're really readable. Some of them, they're sort of like, if you know about the series of books about albums called 33 and a Third. It's like that before individual video games. So it's like a mix of like nonfiction, autobiography, personal history, just kind of stuff. Really, really good. Each one's very different. So anyway.
I did read the book Console Wars, which was about Nintendo, and that's a really good book. I will say I had the weirdest yearning the other day to play the Solitaire, the old Windows Solitaire.
Oh, yes.
And I'm like, can you even play that anywhere? I mean, I have a Mac, so I don't know. But it was like on my work computer at the time, and I was like, oh, and they I guess they uninstall all that crap. I don't even know if the computers come with any of that stuff anymore, because you said Minesweeper, and it reminded me of how I would just hours just play Solitaire on that and whatever other preloaded games that they used to come with the computer stuff. Yeah, that's it.
I saw the other day. Do you remember, speaking of the old, like, I think it was like Windows 95 pinball game that came preloaded?
Yeah.
They're doing a physical version of that. I know, which can't be good because it wasn't a great table. Like when you see it, you know.
How weird. So, I did find a place you can download the Howard the Duck game. So,
can you send me a link to that?
Yes.
I've gotten really into ROMs, but man, ROM sites are sketchy as shit. Unfortunately,
I don't know how much more I have left as far as video game knowledge, but I did during all of this, I did come up with the concept for a game.
Oh,
so
I
will pitch this to you. The game, Batman-based game, you play as Alfred, and it is a inventory management game. So you have to make sure that stuff is like the Batmobile is repaired before Batman goes out at night, that he's fed, that you make sure all his pellets are in the the utility belt and stuff. And if you miss something, maybe Batman gets hurt or he doesn't get fed or something like that.
I am 1000% into this game. I will play it, oh fuck yeah.
If you don't clean Wayne Manor up like properly, maybe Bruce Wayne trips and falls and he can't be Batman that night, something like that. That would be my game.
Awesome.
Like if the utility belt is like the old school management games where like you only have so much space and you have to like Tetris everything into it, So like you can put a battering, but it takes up this whole side, I mean, what else can you put in
Are you going to lose a smoke pellet because of the battering?
Right?
Whatever.
Yeah. Are you stocked up on shark repellent?
Yeah.
And it should be that how you manage Wayne Manor affects how Batman manages crime in Gotham. So if you do a
crime rate stats on the side.
Yes. Because you didn't clean very well, the Joker is freed, and now you got a whole lot of mess to deal with.
That was always the thing. Did you guys ever play the original David Crane Ghostbusters game?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I played it on like an Apple II, and
wait a minute, no, not that far back. No.
Oh yeah, no. This is old like Apple II Plus, but it was also on. I think they remastered it for NES, maybe. Anyway. I feel like that game needed to come with, hey, if you're a kid, we need to explain some concepts to you. Because the brilliant thing about that game is you don't play as Egon or Ray or anyone. You own a Ghostbusters franchise.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is, as a 9-year-old, I didn't know what a franchise was. Nor did I understand why I was not playing as my favorite characters from Ghostbusters, the movie.
Yeah.
And you're driving around and you have to earn money. And I'm like, this feels like adult shit. I don't understand what's going on. Whereas today, I'm like, I would eat that up. I would happily play Ghostbusters, the game.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, it was very old.
There's a picture. It's just, there's just not a whole lot going on with this game.
Nope. But it is kind of brilliant. Yep, that was the good looking version. That's the Activision. On my Apple II, I had 4 colors.
Wow.
Oh man.
1984. So it came out the year the movie came out.
Yeah.
Wow. And it was by one of the founders of Activision.
Yeah, it's kind of an infamous game for like not bad, like actually like a genuinely good interpretation of a licensed franchise. I was just too young for it. So
yeah. So do you have any game that hasn't been created that you want?
Nazi Puncher.
You can do that in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it does kind of exist, but not in a good way. There have been a lot of Conan games, but a lot of the Conan games are not Conan games, right? Like I like Conan Exiles, but that is a survival online game kind of set in the world of Conan, right?
Yeah.
There just hasn't really been a good, like, why do we not have an open world Conan not first person, maybe like third person over the shoulder game, right? Like that just doesn't really exist. That's what I want. Like,
what is that land? Samaria? What is it called where he's from?
He's from Samaria.
Samaria?
I think the whole world is Aquilon. No, it's Hyperborea.
Okay.
Or Hyborea.
Hyborea? Okay.
So
Hyborea.
When you play Conan Exiles, you're not playing as Conan. You're just playing as a dude.
You're just playing as someone who, like, they kind of set it up in the opening where you have been crucified, and Conan shows up and like just out of nowhere and just releases you and then walks away. And so now you're just like cut free and you've got to go like make it on your own.
Maybe vengeance for the people that put you there.
Perhaps. You don't quite know who it is, but it's, it's more like you're just starting from nothing. The closest you can get, there is a kind of tower defense strategy game called Conan. Fuck, it's gone. Anyway, and in that one you can play as Conan or Balit or any other people. It's fine. It's just not like I just kind of want to run around the world as Conan.
Yeah.
Just want your own Grand Theft Horse.
Yes. Which, did you know that exists?
Grand Theft Horse?
Yeah. No, it is called. Oh fuck, I have it. It's called. God damn it, I can see it. Oh man, but it is. They took the original Grand Theft Auto design and glommed it onto a fantasy world.
Oh.
I can see the fucking Rustler is the game. Rustler. And it has shit like you'll steal a horse and then you'll like take it to like a shed where they paint the horse a different color.
Amazing.
It's good. Yeah.
I do want to dip my toe into, if I ever, I say this, I'm never going to do it, but the Jurassic Park games, but like the ones that are like you're the park manager and you can.
I wanted to play those too. Yeah.
Just to watch a dinosaur eat some people, that's all.
Did you guys know there is a, yeah, there it is. Grand Theft Horse. I like the cop car sirens on the horse. It's so good.
He just run over people.
Committed Grand Theft Horse.
What is this?
When you get a sec, Clay, do a search for do a search for Mars Attracts. This is my like new favorite license thing. So it is a theme park simulator where you play the Martians from Mars Attacks and bring in humans as your theme park novelty. It is hilarious, and they talk the way they do in the movie, so you just get the like and then you see the dialogue. Oh, it's so good. It's great.
Love it.
$24.
Yeah, it's not bad. I think I bought it. Oh, it's still in early access. I need to boot that up. They're just chewing up humans. It's so great.
That does look fun. I'm gonna. Oh, I'm not logged in. Yeah, as far as like video games, the only thing I do have a warning. I do want to let's see here. Let me. There is a game that I bought that I was excited for. That I was like, well, I don't know how you would do this as a video game, but I'm gonna buy it and play it. This is the worst video game I've ever played, and I'm pretty sure these are lies. There's no way.
I'm pretty sure
these are lies. Yeah, because this is a terrible game. The camera doesn't work. A lot of the times you'll get into action and it'll just spin. I've never played it on a system. I've played it on systems that can handle it. I've played it. Doesn't work. You can't get through it. I don't know anyone who's been able to play it successfully. And the fact that it says positive, I'm calling bullshit on that, because this game sucks and you can't do shit in it. So, and I don't think they've updated it since.
God, wow.
Yeah, it's in my library.
2000. I thought I had it. I did not, because I think I read the reviews were bad, and I think you directly told me, "Oh, it's a terrible game. Don't get it."
Yeah. Oh, wow. They just really messed that one up, because that could have been fantastic spinoff, but
yeah,
do not buy.
No. Which is still kind of why. Okay, both of these are not bad games. I just want to stress that. But I always found it weird that the more recent Marvel's Avengers game,
oh yeah,
is good. But then the same studio did the Guardians of the Galaxy game. And what I find so weird is in Marvel's Avengers, you play as the team and you can go between different characters. And then you get to Guardians of the Galaxy and you play as one person. You never change, or do you?
You can change, because you have, because I remember I'm stuck at a part and it's like really early in the game where you're Star-Lord and you have to fight like a big thing, and it's like you move across back and forth while it's firing down at you. And you have to be Star-Lord to fight it.
Okay, all right.
But it's been a while since I've played.
But I thought you started as Star-Lord. That's what I remember. Is that you're always playing Star-Lord?
I'm trying to remember, because I get that one confused with the Telltale games, because you answer for everyone. But I'm pretty sure you have to be. I don't know. You might be right now that I'm thinking about it.
I just remember thinking it was very weird that they were going to do a Guardians of the Galaxy game, and you only played as one character, and I was like,
why call it that?
What's the point? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I mean, like what we got in like the Spider-Man and the Miles Morales games are exciting. I want to see that in a Daredevil. I know they're working on a Wolverine game. I want a Blade game, and I want the Blade game to be all the movies.
Midnight Suns,
yes. I want all the movies. I want to be able to play through all those scenarios and then a new story added on to it. Like I want there to be a Blade evolution. I want Wesley Snipes to voice Blade. I want Blade. I just want to kill some vampire. Like, and again, like I play like in my Marvel Rivals, they have right now where you can play downtown. They have like a blood hunt is the event going on, and you can play as Blade. And what's weird is you can play as Squirrel Girl too, but yeah, as Blade, and you just rip shit up and you're just killing zombies everywhere. It is the most fun, if you've ever played Blade, to go into Marvel Rivals and play the zombie part of it as him, because you can just level up. It's like Punisher, Blade, Jeff, Squirrel Girl, Moon Knight, and Thor. And so you're just a team of 4 just wiping out like millions, and it's awesome to watch. And as you get higher, the nightmare goes bigger, and you fight Kingpin at the end, who has like one of the stones. I forget which stone he has, and he's a badass to kill. So fun.
Anyone checked out that new Marvel Cosmic Invasion? It's like a side scroller beat 'em up.
It's on my wish list.
It's on mine as well. Yeah,
it's like $30, and it just looks like a mobile game for $30. So
that's I know.
But then it again, a ton of positive reviews, but it just reminds me of the old X-Men scrolling game. So that's what makes me want to play it because it looks fun. Yeah.
Well, all right. So speaking of, and if we want, we can make this the last question if you guys want. Yeah. What is on like top 2 games on your wish list of games you want to get?
Oh shit.
I have one more pitch for a video game, and then I'll answer.
Oh, I love question. It. Okay.
I want an exact duplicate recreation of the Atari ET game, except in this, I don't necessarily remember what the object of that game was.
I think it's just falling into a pit.
Yeah. You are in a New Mexico landfill looking for the ET games. Is the point of my game. But it's the exact same. It's the exact same thing. You can still fall into pits in the.
You can, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and you're just looking around for the ET games in that landfill. That's my pitch.
I like
games that I would like to. Was that the question? What games do we want?
Or wish list?
Yeah, games. Yeah. Like what's on your
wish list games?
Wish list. I also thought Imperium Digital. Sorry. Go ahead.
That library, that book game for sure. Is definitely up there for me. That's the one thing that's going to bring me back to video games for sure.
I love it.
Well, this is my wish list from Steam. All I know about Twilight Imperium is that I can't afford the board game. So maybe I can afford the video game.
I'm sorry, I don't have $200 to drop in a board game, so please release this digital version.
Yeah, I've got some other things that I've seen previews of that look great. You know, I'll put a Star Wars on there. You know, I'm always curious, but the big one out of the Star Wars bunch I want is not Outlaws. Where is it?
I think we're gonna have the same one.
Galactic Racer, Fast and Furious in Star Wars. I'm super hyped about it. It's coming out in October. But awesome. This was the best thing about episode 1 was pod racing. Totally so now pod racing as a game.
Yep. Which, I mean, they did have.
Every single game you win, I want there to be a cut scene of Anakin going, now that's pod racing.
Yeah.
That poor kid.
Yeah.
I do want to give props if no one's ever played it, and I need to get back into it. The more recent Star Wars X-Wing game. It's not called X-Wing. The fuck is it called?
Squadron?
Squadron. It's a really good game. I really liked it. I don't think it really took off, unfortunately, but
yeah. I was talking to my buddy Brandon, and he says Dune Awakening is a peaceful game for him. And I was like, anything Dune related sounds like a deep learning curve for me. You know, like it's going to be like, but he said, no, it's like really peaceful open world survival. You know, you get to play in that world and kind of come up through it. So, and again, for $50,
you're just riding sandworms. Ripping sand with sandworms. There's a side scroller, Masters of the Universe, that's like an old school.
That's on my list. I was going to bring that up. Yeah, He-Man, Masters of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction. Why the fuck this game isn't out in time for the movie is beyond me. But that's near the top of my list. Yeah,
I feel like they've been promoting it for a while too. Like,
yeah.
I want to play this game just because not only do I love John Carpenter's movies, he has become a video game addict, and that's pretty much what he does in his life now. And like it's weird because you'll see him in interviews, and he's like, "Oh, I love the soundtrack from this game." Like he loves like just so much, and he's built this one. So I don't know if he's built it, but like he's put his name on it. So I'm assuming he really wanted to be part of it because of how much he loves games. But yeah, this one looks super fun.
So the question is, how do we get John Carpenter and Steven Spielberg in an online game to play with us? That's what I want. They're both big gamers, right?
I know. I would just like, wouldn't that be wild to, you're in a random quick play and you see someone's name and you're like, and you hear him talking, you're like, is this John Carpenter? Are you John? What?
You're like, hey, are you Jason Mewes?
I mean, that still blows me away, man. Like that still blows me away that I was playing Marvel Rivals with
so
Jason
amazing.
Hughes, and he's just like, I just want to be the Punisher. I just want to be the Punisher.
I love it. Oh, this just warms my heart so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, actually, I'm pretty hyped for this He-Man game because that's another game I feel like we've never had really well. Is just a He-Man game set that looks like the fucking cartoon, right?
This?
Yeah.
Yes.
How much is this? Oh, it's coming soon.
It's coming soon. It hasn't, yeah. Oh man, and I'm not a big side scroller beat 'em up guy, but you give me one with characters I love, like TMNT, and I'm there. I'm just gonna do it. I love it. Look at that. Oh, looks amazing. There's a really good Phantom side scroller beat 'em up.
Really?
That's it should be on Steam. Try the Phantom. It's super stupid if you. There it is. And it looks beautiful. It's a really nice game. Great soundtrack.
Came out last year.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It's really good.
Ooh. Get the whole origin story.
Yep.
How much?
And
$20.
Yep. It's not bad.
Yeah, I don't know the origin story of the Phantom. I'm learning it right now.
It's kind of like Blue Lagoon without Brooke Shields.
Boring.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh wow, I like the style.
It's a really cool style, yeah. And again, absolutely killer soundtrack. The soundtrack on that is amazing. I didn't know there was a Danger Mouse game.
Yeah, they made that's
it's
pretty new, and it's coming soon. So that's
and then they were advertising the Lady Death game, which is just the 90s comic era. I just give zero shits about. I don't need that many boobs in my comics. I know, I'm a weirdo. I just never really got into it.
Josh is an ass man. It's fine.
He's waiting for that lady ass comic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've got one more pitch for a video game. This is specifically for Josh.
Ooh.
It's an Indiana Jones video game, except you're just doing the research. It's just the boring part of archaeology.
Dude, I would fucking be there. I love it. That's my dream job.
It's sort of like my Alfred inventory game where you just have to prep Indiana for his adventures. And then how well you prep him, it depends on if he comes back with the artifact or not.
You know, and like his sign off is it belongs in a museum. And you're the museum. Has anyone played that recent Indiana Jones and the Great Circle?
No. I've heard it's good.
It is phenomenal. I cannot express how fucking good it is. And not just in terms of gameplay, like you feel like indie. I can't remember the name of the voice actor that does it, but his Harrison Ford is pitch perfect to the point where there's a clip of Harrison Ford on stage with him and going, this guy's really good. Like he sounds exactly like him. It's a great game. It can get a little tough. I'm only in like the second area. The whole first area of the game is just the Vatican. And it's sort of like you were saying, Jeff, like just the amount of fun you have just walking around the Vatican, completely one-to-one recreated. It's incredible. I highly recommend that indie game. It's really good.
Nice.
Yeah, here's the episode 1 port.
Episode 1 Racer. I played the shit out of that game so much. You know, the only other good episode 1 video game was Pit Droids. And that game is gone. You can't find it anywhere. And I loved it. It was kind of made for kids. It was like an educational game. But it scratched that itch I have of like I need you ever play Lemmings?
Yeah.
It's basically the gameplay of Lemmings with the Pit Droids from episode 1. It is really good.
Found it.
You found it? Is it on the archive?
It's posted in chat.
Thank you.
Actually, the same place that Howard the Duck one was too. So.
Yeah, that's the site I use a lot. Is my Abandonware. They're pretty safe. Yeah. So top of my list, I also have Twilight Imperium. I have that He-Man game. The game I'm really looking forward to is Star Wars Zero Company. I don't know if you guys have heard of that.
Right here.
Yeah.
I had it too. Yeah, this looks fun.
This looks really good. Because again, I'm a sucker for those XCOM style turn-based strategy games. And we just haven't really had one in a Star Wars. I mean, we've had strategy games, but not those.
Not those.
Wow, this looks
not
nice.
Those.
God, their games always look beautiful.
I know.
I really wish we could have gotten that 1313 game.
Yeah.
That was, because that sounded cool as hell.
I need to get back into Outlaw because I like Star Wars when it doesn't deal with Jedis.
Yeah. Outlaw looks like you can create your own story from scratch.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty narrative driven, but I just need to get more into it. I've only basically gotten off planet, so I'm not very far.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, so it's $70 still. I'm buying that shit when it's on sale.
Oh man, so good.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess we can. We did over 2 hours.
Yeah.
Holy Nikes. Now I got to figure out how to close the show because I don't do this. How do we do
we have to keep going until Danny comes back.
Hour 49. Please, Danny, for the love of God, come on the show.
Oh, I think I found it.
Well, there's only one way to know.
Okay.
The ultimate game is here.
Here we go for our outro. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Peace out.
The most important thing in life will always be
Hail Bebo.
But I love you.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.